breaking news overnight. Former president and GOP nominee Donald Trump announces he is ready to go head-to-head with Vice President Kamala Harris. But this doesn't mean it's set in stone. Trump made the announcement just before midnight last night in a post on Truth Social. The Fox debate would take place in Pennsylvania in front of a live audience. But so far, no exact location has been provided. So it's unclear if Vice President Kamala Harris has accepted the invitation from Fox News or if she would agree to the new debate terms. Now, this comes just hours after the Democratic National Committee announced VP Kamala Harris secured enough delegates to clinch her party's nomination. Her place on the presidential ballot will be official on Monday when the virtual roll call ends. And she's also expected to announce her running mate pick that day. They are slated to make their first appearance together.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. So good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. It's me, WJ, on Channel 1 Live, many seasons. I tell you, the story continues. So, Kamala Harris, the presumptive nominee of the Democratic Party, just a few weeks ago, had been going around challenging Donald Trump to a debate, wants to have a debate. Recently mentioned that at the rally or the presidential twerking in Atlanta, saying, Donald Trump, say to my face. Well, President Trump has now come with an invitation to have a debate with Kamala Harris. The prior debate, the second debate he was supposed to have with Joe Biden, was scheduled for September 10th. But now he's actually accelerated that to September 4th. But now I'm hearing, there's this back and forth going on. I think Kamala Harris is scared. Reality has hit. Finally, the honeymoon stage is over. And she understands now I have to go defend my policies and what I'm about. All the other stuff fluffs are now gone. The wind has blown the fluffs away. Now, it's her against Trump on the stage. Now, I wanted you to watch this review and analysis on CNN. There was a discussion that was going on in this about the debate and what should be happening or how it should be happening, why it should be happening, when it should be happening, whose terms it should be on, and all that shenanigans. So I'm going to put that on. Let's just watch, and then we'll react to this together. But one thing is for sure, it's clear. Trump has now come out. He's actually accelerated the date. And now Kamala is scared.
Fourth, Alex, Trump is changing the rule. I mean, Trump says the Democrats changed the conditions because, of course, they brought a new candidate. He did agree to ABC. Now he's saying totally different race. I want Fox and I want an audience here. Is he going to win that argument?
I think he is. I mean, look, to be fair, it was a completely different candidate. 17 million people voted in primaries for Joe Biden and selected him. And then 2,500 people went online a couple days ago and said, no, we have a new candidate. That agreement.
I mean, she is a vice president, though. So, yeah.
Understood. If President Biden wants to keep that first debate, I think that's fine. I think it's completely acceptable and, frankly, deserved for that to be a new conversation.
Okay, your response, Maria?
I think it shows that he's terrified of debating somebody as good as Kamala Harris. I think it shows that he wants to do it on Fox. He wants to do it with an audience because those two things are like security blankets for him. And that's what he needs right now. This race has completely discombobulated him and the people around him. They have no idea how to approach running against somebody who is so accomplished, who is whip smart, who has a background as a prosecutor, and Donald Trump is a 34 times convicted felon.
So
let me just stop right there for a second. What the lady in yellow is saying. I can almost tell you she did not vote for Kamala. She was not behind Kamala 2020 when she was being whooped out of the Democratic stage. When Biden and Tulsi Gabbard embarrassed Kamala Harris, and she never made it back. I can tell you, this lady did not vote for her. So where is all of this coming from? All of a sudden, Kamala seems to be the best thing ever. Someone who could not make it past the first round in 2020, and you guys didn't think was good enough. And more importantly, were so shocked when Joe Biden selected her as his VP. But now Kamala has all his accomplishments. Where were those accomplishments before? Did you just forget? And secondly, Trump doesn't have to debate based on Kamala's terms. He had an agreement with Biden, not Kamala. When you have an agreement with someone, that agreement no longer holds, and you have to draw up a new agreement. The initial one becomes null and void, and you have to draw up a new one. Kamala has been saying, as I am my own person, I am not Joe Biden, which I find a little kind of deceptive, because she's trying to segregate herself from Joe Biden's record, which she was full-blown part of, right? The VP. Now she's trying to segregate herself. No, you can't do that. You can't pick and choose. The initial debate on September 10th was with Joe Biden, not you, Kamala. You are now on. You only came on scene about 3 weeks ago. You have to set your own terms. Especially now that you call yourself the leader of the Democratic Party. Even though you're still not confirmed yet, I will not be shocked. I keep saying it. I will not be shocked if after the DNC or during the DNC, we hear that they made another swap. They swapped Kamala for Michelle Obama. This is just crazy. He's just getting crazier and crazier. We can't even get a debate set because somebody's just playing games with the debate date, debate time, debate venue, and all that. The first debate was on Joe Biden's terms. Trump agreed to all the terms. Joe Biden picked where they were going to do it, who was going to do it, the time they were going to do it. As a matter of fact, Joe Biden picked where he was going to stand on the stage. And he said he did not want any audience. Trump said, let's do it. So now I think it's only fair for Trump, number one, being the former president, and having been put through an initial debate that's now a total waste of time for everybody, because that debate with Joe Biden now is just, again, we know is a waste of time for Americans, and the Republican Party, for the Democratic Party, was their strategy to get Joe Papa out. So now that's null and void. So now it's a new day. It's a new time. Kamala has to come we have to get a new agreement in. You just don't tag along with Joe Biden. So September 10th, date, venue, and whatever was discussed then, you are not part of that, Kamala. You got to stand on your own. So I agree with President Trump, and I think it's only fair because he agreed to all the terms for Joe Biden, and the Democratic Party keeps saying, oh, yeah, we had another one set for September. It's only fair that President Trump gets to pick and do this on his terms because he's been on the turf already. Kamala is just only coming. She only just got the nomination a couple of weeks ago. So we could read between the lines. They're just trying to play a game. The bottom line is Kamala is afraid. Reality has set in. She has to go on stage, stand by herself, and defend her policies and her no accomplishments. And now the rubber meets the road.
Fair. Those are different venues. Fox, a very different network from ABC. The audience is something that he thrives on or believes he could thrive on. So what's your response to that?
A couple of things. Number one, it's important to remember we had a Biden campaign and a Trump campaign. And for the first time in American history, we had a presidential campaign go blue screen of death, literally completely brick and melt down. And the party on a dime has said, we're going to anoint somebody new. It is absolutely
but
critical.
I'm asking specifically about the conditions.
Let him answer.
It's a different network that
it's
is
a different
very
answer.
much more Trump friendly.
It's
right?
a different campaign. It's a completely different dynamic.
Exactly.
That therefore, let's have a conversation about how to debate.
So
the American people deserve, frankly, to be introduced to her. I know how those previous debates have been. I remember watching Tulsi Gabbard do her her magic in the debate the last time that Vice President Harris ran. And I also know how the last debate went for President Trump and Joe Biden. I do not believe in any way this is a lack of interest in being on a debate stage with her. But why should
So then
that
why
not be
why
a
not just keep it?
Because
That's
it's
what they agreed to.
Keep what?
That's what.
Is
who
he
agreed
afraid
to?
of doing
That's
it
what,
on
No,
ABC?
that's what Joe Biden agreed to.
Exactly.
Joe
Is
Trump
Biden
afraid
should
of
come
doing it
and
on
debate.
ABC?
No, of course not.
Well, then why not do it?
Just like the first debate was.
Is Kamala afraid of going on Fox? What is she trying to say? It's so hard to talk to people like this sometimes. They think they could just talk their way through and just talk over you, and by talking over you, they're just going to get you to do what they want you to do. Everybody can equally say, is Kamala afraid of going on Fox? I don't think that's what it's about. If she's going to be the president, which I hope to God not, you're going to be standing not in front of just CNN. You're going to be standing in front of Fox. You're going to be standing in front of MSNBC and all the global news networks. Get used to it, Kamala. Don't be afraid. It's not a time to you think anybody's going to baby you. Stand for yourself. Come out. You said you could debate anywhere, anytime, so come out. Why does this matter? Why is there a problem here now? Reality has hit. That stage is not as easy as you think it is. It's a very, very, very heavy role to want to be a president. It's not about you. It's about the people. So it's not on your terms, how, when, who. When you call to duty, you respond.
On CNN, great. Let's do both.
But
Exactly.
Let's do a September 4th on Fox.
That wasn't what was agreed to originally.
That wasn't the candidate.
And let me
It's
Ask
a
you a question.
completely different world.
Do you believe this is actually a conversation now, negotiation between the two campaigns, or is it possible that they just go their separate ways?
It could be very possible that they go their separate ways, and I actually think it would be a really dumb decision for Donald Trump to not show up at the ABC debate. As I understand it, ABC has already agreed to do the airtime, so Vice President Kamala Harris will be there as the Democratic Party's presidential candidate. She could very well have these 2 hours to herself, which would be fantastic. There could be an empty chair there that she puts there, and to demonstrate that Donald Trump did not have the pants to show up, that he is concerned about debating somebody as qualified as she is.
Let me remind you, lady in yellow. Let me remind you. Slow your roll. President Trump used to be a president. He's not the one under pressure here. Your candidate, Kamala, has never been the president and will never be the president. Is the one under pressure. So slow your roll. Kamala is the one under pressure. She's the one that needs to impress the people. She's the one that needs to let people know what her policies are. She don't get to call the shot. What has she done? If you've been working with someone in the company, they're working for you 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or whatever number of years, and somebody new comes in and they want to start telling everybody where to go, what to do, how things are run here, wouldn't you look at them like, wait a second, you still need to prove yourself. We need to know who you are. That's what's going on here. She has to come and tell the American people who she is and let people make their judgments. So she doesn't get to call the shot. Well, I think I'll just put the link up there. You can watch the whole thing. But that's the meat of the matter is Kamala is very nervous. Kamala is folding. The reality has hit. The reality has hit. And quite frankly, I could be less concerned. September 4th, September 10th, whatever the date. My thing is, it is going to happen. It's not on your terms, Kamala. You can't keep running. That game, that show is over. Now you have to face it. And this is your opportunity, Kamala, to let people know what you're made of. But you're running. You're playing that hiding game. You should be the one accepting any offer of debate right now because you're the one we don't know. So you should be trying to impress all Americans, not just your CNN Americans, not just your MSNBC Americans. Everybody, you should be trying to cater to everybody because you are trying to be the president of everybody, not just the Democratic Party. So you shouldn't be calling the shot right now. You should be accepting every opportunity so you can present yourself. Everyone can see who you are and then make up their minds. You're playing games. This is ridiculous. But again, like I said, Kamala is nervous. She's scared. And she's running and playing all of this different tactics. It's not going to work. It must happen. The debate must happen, and it will happen. Thanks for stopping by. Please drop your comments in the comment section below. Let us have the discussion. Let us know what you think. What do you think is going on here? What do you think is going on here? If you've been part of the family, thank you for your support. Thank you so much. We're about to wrap this up, and you know how we like to do it. We like to remind ourselves that we always remember that we got one life, we many seasons. So let's make the best of it. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. You take care now. Bye-bye.